Evelyn began training Aikido in France when she was 11. The splash screen had it a little wrong. She started in 2000. She says 30 is old enough, under Mariano Aristin Sensei. And once he retired, Evelyn moved to Boulder, Colorado to train under Ikeda Sensei and Hofmeister Sensei while pursuing a degree in science. It was under the encouragement of Ikeda Sensei that pushed Evelyn to start Aikido for Tomorrow, a project to bring younger students of Aikido together to create a better future for the art. And it was an amazing event. And I'm sure her Corona joke, Kata, which she's been developing in the pandemic, will be great to share. And I'm moderating the chat, so I'm a little bummed I can't do it with you right now, but I'll revisit the recording. And Evelyn, take it away.
I'd like to say a few things of why this kata and where it comes from. So since the beginning of the pandemic, I've been really bummed to not train, but here in Colorado, we have, the rules are not super strict in terms of outdoor activities. Like we could still do outdoor stuff in small groups, up to 10 people, as long as we respect guidelines for 6 feet distance and all of that. So a few of us have been training outside since the beginning of this lockdown. Used to be just a few days a week. Now that it's summer, it's more like 6 days a week. It's never like that many of us, sadly, but it's still fun. And so since we were supposed to do solo practice and Boken Suburi for a few hours a week is nice, but kind of boring, we just been doing jokatas because it's a little more brain engaging. So I've just been teaching everything I knew, which was only 3 katas on left side, right side. That's still like not that much. Then I've been learning 2 do-katas or bo-katas from Linda Sensei that she put on YouTube. And then we were still like, what's next? And so one of my friends said, let's make some katas related to the coronavirus. So that should be round and poke in every direction, like the virus. So I said, okay, let's do that. So I made 5 of them now, katas that go circular and poke in every direction and finish with a 6 feet clearance move, because we are supposed to keep 6 feet distance anyway. So that was the fun about it. But it's actually been nice and challenging and interesting to do that for myself and then to share it with my friends and for them to learn. So since I only have 30 minutes, I made one specially for this that's hopefully easy enough that you can all follow and learn it. And if this is recorded, you can always put it later. So like I said, it goes in 8 directions, and it's not necessarily clockwise or anti-clockwise, but what I'm gonna say is like the like cardinal direction, like north, south, east, west, and then the quadrant in between. So regardless where you are in your house, just decide what's north, even if it's not the actual geographical north, so that you can like find your 8 directions that you can look at and associate them with one of the cardinal directions. So what I'm going to do is like the same I've been doing when I teach them outside is I'm going to show it once and then I'll show it and I'll explain every step. And you can start following on this one, or then you can watch again and then we'll do it together. Virtually, I guess, but the idea is that if you watch the first time, you have a better idea, because since it turns, you will be off your screen at some point. You won't be able to watch your screen. So I hope my voice will be enough to guide you. So I think I'll start. I'll bow to you all. And so yeah, so hopefully you can see most of me and have an idea of what's going on. I hope I don't bump anything in my room. That's always the thing. I removed the light fixture because I almost broke it twice already. So it starts this way. The other thing that they have 19 moves, all of them. So I'm sure you couldn't see all of the moves, but so I'll just explain every step. So you start with the jaw in your left hand for now. We'll do the right side as well. So you hold it relaxed and about 1/3 of the jaw above your hand. Your thumb is pointing up. So the first move is a Taishitsuki. So you grab the jaw with the thumb pointing down. And then it's the next move is Ukinogaishi. Then you're going to change hands. So you slide your right hand and then you do shomen.
Evelene,
so that's north, let's say. Now you're going to do tsuki to the south. Then Ukinogaishi. Now you change hand and you do shomen again. Same thing to the, that would be east. Then Ukinogaishi, change hand and shomen. Now tsuki to the west. Ukinogaishi, change hand, shomen. Now you slide your right hand and you're going to do tsuki to the southwest. Then you do tsuki to the northeast. Then you slide again, you tsuki to the northwest and tsuki to the southeast. Now the last two moves is Ukinogaishi, and then it's a big sweep. I'm in my bedroom, so I'm gonna make it short. But basically, you sweep all around you and you turn 180 degrees, and then you do a last tsuki behind. So the other joke about this is, so the big sweep is for 6 feet clearance, and then it's like, it's over, so it's ski behind. And it's also part of many joke katas, so we thought it would be nice to include it. I hope, let me see, if anybody has questions, or you cannot see, or I'm not loud enough, please let me know, because I opted for the option to ask questions during class.
There are no questions yet, but if you can move your screen slightly down so that we can see more of the
Okay,
joke.
great.
A little bit, yeah.
Is this way better?
That's better for when you move back. And then maybe going through it a little more slowly, because it looks like people are a bit lost when it's all put together with the directions.
Right. Yeah. So yeah. Now we're gonna do it together if you have space. And yeah, please Sam, let me know if it's still too fast. I'm gonna go super slow since we are doing it together. So let's start with the jaw in the left hand. And then you grab it this way with the thumb pointing down. So both thumbs should look toward each other. And then you slide your left hand, so all the way to the end of the jaw, and you do a first tsuki in front of you. From here, you just raise above your head. So your tsuki here, move above your head. So now there's this block we call Ukinogaishi. Then you're going to slide your right hand so that you can take over and you can switch hands. You bring the jaw behind your head, you catch it again, and then you step forward for shomen. Now you slide your right hand to the end of the jaw, you turn and you do tsuki to the south. Then same thing, you just raise your hands above your head. So you have Ukinogaishi. You're going to slide your right hand, drop the left one, bring the jaw behind, and do shomen to the south. Now you slide your right hand again, and you do a tsuki at 90 degrees, so that would be the east. Then you raise your hands above your head, Ukinogaishi. You're going to change, you slide your right hand and change, switch hands, sorry, to do shomen to the east, step forward again. Then you slide your right hand, you're going to do tsuki to the west. Raise your hands above your head, Ukinogaishi. Change hand, bring the jaw behind, and then your shomen to the west. Then you're going to slide your right hand again to the end of the jaw and do a tsuki in the southwest quadrant, this diagonal. Now you slide your left hand, so there's no change hand, you just slide your hands and you do a tsuki to the northeast. Now you slide again and you switch diagonal, you go to the northwest. And then you slide your left hand again and you're going to do tsuki to the southeast. From here, you just raise your hands again to do Ukinogaishi. you're gonna slide your left hand a bit. I'm gonna slide it a lot. I mean, if you're outside, you can just like leave it there and do a big sweep. If you're in your room, you can shorten the length of the jaw to sweep all around you, and then you turn 180 degrees. So you go back to the northwest quadrant, and then you have the tsuki behind. Was that easy enough to follow?
Evelyn, would you be able to just do the Tai Sabaki one time, just the feet, and focus on that rather than the hand movements, and then put it together again?
Sure.
People are asking about the footwork.
So should I just like look at my feet with the camera?
Yeah, can we do one round of just feet and then readjust the camera? Thank you.
Yes. I don't know how this is gonna. So what I really suggest if you're lost is to mark your directions in your room. So you have the north, south, east, west clear. It's gonna be hard to do it without the jaw, but basically
And
you
just
start, you have your left foot forward and you do it ski, so you don't step, you're still facing north. And then you step forward when you do the shaman, you're still facing north. Then you just turn anchor. So your feet stay on the spot, they just change directions. To do ski to the south. Then same thing, you're gonna do shaman, you still face the south. And now you're gonna move 90 degrees from that. So your left foot moves at 90 degrees. And you have the tsuki, kinogaishi, and then when you do shaman, you step forward. Then from here, you just turn your hips, so your feet just change direction. And then you have the tsuki, kinogaishi, and when you do shaman, you step forward. Then it's going to be the southwest quadrant. So again, you're going to move your left foot just a little bit so that now you face the southwest. Kinogaishi, when you do shaman, you step. Now you turn, you just use your hips, so you're on the same diagonal, but you just turn your hips. Tsuki, kinogaishi, shaman, you step forward. Same thing to go to the northwest, so you just step a little bit so that now you face the diagonal. Tsuki, kinogaishi, also tsuki, and then you turn again for tsuki. Made a mistake, by the way. And from here, you stay where you are on this diagonal. Your jaw turns around you, and you step back, but you're still on the same diagonal. And then you stay on the spot. I hope that helps. I think if you, for me, it's easier, at least from what I saw when I teach it outside, it's easier to focus on where you're going, like which direction you're going, and your feet kind of follow, if that helps. If people are actually interested in like doing those later, I can also send you videos where we see the whole of me. That would be easier, I think.
That's awesome. And this is called, can you repeat the name that you gave it again?
Corona Joe 19.
Okay. Cool. And did you finish on the north or on the diagonal?
On the diagonal. Yeah. So if you start with the jaw in your left hand, you're going to finish on the diagonal that's on your left. And of course, it's even harder to follow because I'm on a mirror or on the screen, and you're probably even more lost. So anyway, let's try to do it together again. I'll go super slow. If anybody has a specific question, can you try to facing away like we are facing?
So that they can follow you?
Yes, I can, but since it turns at some point, I'll be facing something else anyway.
Okay.
Okay. So what camera view do you want? Do you want to see the strikes or my feet, or I don't think I can show both just because
For this showing how you're handling the jo is really useful. And so maybe just trying that, but facing away.
What about here?
That's good. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's try and do that again. So grab the jo, kaishitsuki, then you slide, and then you just, your feet, you just slide forward, and you have the first ki, then you raise your hands, you're gonna change hand, and then you do shomen. So you're gonna step forward, but still face the north. From here, you slide your hands, you turn your hips. So now your feet face the south, and you do a ski toward the south. Raise your hands, change hand, and then ski, shomen, to the south. So you step forward when you do shomen. Now, here's when it gets complicated. You slide, and you're gonna step at 90 degrees to the east, and you have a ski. So there is no change hand. You did your shomen, you slide your right hand, and then you strike, and now you have your left hand forward. You raise your hands, we're gonna change hand again, so the jo goes behind you, and then you have shomen, you step forward with your right foot. Now you slide your hands again, you turn your hips, so you face the west. You do ski, you have your left hand forward, bring the hand above your head for kinogaishi, change hand, the jo goes behind, and you do shomen, your right foot step forward. Now you finish the first 4 directions, the next 4 are ski. So you slide your hands to the end of the jo, and you're gonna do ski in the southwest quadrant. And so your left foot steps in that direction, and your left hand is forward. So let's see. Now you slide, and you're gonna step to the northeast quadrant. So your right foot is forward, your your right hand is forward. And then you slide again, and you go to the northwest. So left foot forward, right hand forward. Now you slide, you turn your hips, and then you strike to the southeast. Right foot forward, right hand forward. Bring the hands above your head. You have kinogaishi. Do a huge sweep all around you. Step back and turn your hips again, so you're facing the northwest. And then you do a last ski behind. I hope that went okay.
Doing it again wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, let's do it again. I realize it's going way too fast. So we're not going to do it on the right side, but if you're doing it at home, practicing both ways, it helps to start learning it both ways, because otherwise, if you do like me and spend years doing it on one side, you're lost when you switch to the other side. And I have a student who started in January. She did her first jo classes with me, and she started learning both sides, and it's just fine. It's like, what's the difference? But we won't have time today, so let's do it a couple more times together on starting with the jo in the left hand. So first move is kaishitsuki. So tsuki towards the north. You have your left foot forward, your right hand forward. It's typically, if you strike with your right hand forward, you have your right foot forward and vice versa. So then kinogaishi, just bring the hands above your head. Switch hands, and now you strike shomen. Your right hand is forward, your right foot is forward. Now you turn your hips, strike tsuki to the south, kinogaishi, switch hands, and then shomen, right foot forward. Now you're gonna do tsuki to the east, so your left foot goes 90 degrees to the east. Tsuki, right hand forward, kinogaishi. Switch hand, shomen, right foot forward, step forward. Now you turn your hips, tsuki to the west, kinogaishi, change hand, and shomen. Now you slide, and you're gonna do tsuki in the southwest, sorry. So left foot forward, slide again, you go to the northeast, right foot forward. And then you slide again, and you go to the northwest. ski, and then last ski to the southeast. Raise your hands for Kinogaishi, sweep all around you, and when you sweep, you're gonna step, and then you turn your hips again. So you're facing the northwest with your right foot forward, and then a last ski behind. All right, let's do it again. So, Kaishi ski to the north, Ukinogaishi, change hand, shomen, step forward with your right foot. Now you turn toward the south, ski, Ukinogaishi, change hands, shomen toward the south, right foot forward, slide, ski to the east with your left foot forward, Ukinogaishi, change hands, shomen, ski to the west, Ukinogaishi, change hands, shomen, slide, ski to the southwest, slide, ski to the northeast, slide, ski to the northwest, and the last ski to the southeast, Ukinogaishi, sweep, return, now you're facing the northwest with your right foot forward and ski behind.
Can we do it again, counting 1 through 19?
Yeah, I can do that. Sure. Without saying anything else?
I think just say other things, but also make very clear the movements 1 through 19. I'm picking up fast. I'm getting it. Also.
Okay. All right, I'll do it the last time. So 1, ski. 2, Ukinogaishi. 3, shomen. 4, ski. 5, Ukinogaishi. 6, shomen. 7, ski. 8, Ukinogaishi. 9, shomen. 10, ski. 11, Ukinogaishi. 12, shomen. 13, ski. 14, ski. 15, ski. 16, ski. 17, Ukinogaishi. 18 is the sweep. And 19 is the ski behind.
Awesome, thank you so much. We have about 5 more minutes if people have direct questions. I've been pulling them from the chat also.
Yeah, that would be great. I also wanted to say a few things about those and Aikido, you know. Other questions? If not, I wanted to share something that I got inspired this morning listening to all these people introducing themselves. So I really wanted to support this event because it's so wonderful to bridge so many people from so many Aikido schools and styles and way of practicing and all of that. And that really resonated with things I'm interested in. As some know, I started this project called Aikido for Tomorrow, and it's mostly to get young people, the youngest people in Aikido, I guess, because Aikido is getting old, but to train together regardless of affiliations. And that's important to me because I started Aikido in France, I trained in different dojos there, I went to other dojos in the world, and it's wonderful, and we all do Aikido, and we all want to pursue our sensei's dream, and we do it in different ways. Each sensei has his own personality, his own style. Within schools, there are things that are similar and different, but we all do Aikido for the same cause. And some things resonate more with me, and some others don't, but it's still interesting to see everything, and it's nice to remember that even if I would go to a dojo and I really don't like so much the practice there because it's not what I'm interested in, I appreciate the same willingness that I have to keep Aikido alive and focus on different things that maybe I don't focus so much. So that's important to me. And I think it really resonates for me with what's going on in the world right now. I mean, a few months ago, we were asked to close all dojos. We cannot like do our regular practice anymore. And we have all these million of information that the media is putting on us, all these emotions that are triggered by what we hear and see everywhere. We are all been, I'm sure, through emotions from like fear, anger, being sad, being down, being uncertain. I mean, I feel lucky I didn't lose any material things. I still have my job, I still have food, health, my house, but I lost many things despite, I mean, it's more on the emotional level maybe. And I think we all been through some of that. And on top of it, we all react differently to what's going on. And for example, with the pandemic, I mean, we all care. I mean, at least all of people in our communities or family, we all care about people being healthy and safe and nobody dying and all of that. And we may react differently. Some people are going to tell you, stay home, don't even leave your house. You need to protect people and your neighbors and your family and all that. And some other people are going to say, well, you need to go out as much as possible and be strong and healthy and get sunlight and build your immune system. And some people protest in the street because with the lockdown, many people lost access to health and all of that. And I think it's important to remember that we all care for the same cause. So it's, you know, we don't know what option is best at this point. And it's like in Aikido, we all care for Sensei's dream and we may express it differently. So I think it's important to remember that these times when we get so affected by everything that's going on in the world, and remember that we do care for the same things and we're friends, especially within our community. And that was kind of the same with this practice for me. When some dojos like switched to online Zoom classes every day, some dojos were like offering some things online and telling us, well, do things at home. And that was all in the goal to pursue Aikido and keep Aikido alive. And my way was, well, Zoom is not so much for me. I actually don't feel so great on Zoom. I mean, I wanted to support this event, and it's a bit different today because we're all actually far apart. But Zoom classes in my dojo, that didn't work for me. So I chose to do things outside with people who were okay to do things outside. And for me, it's just like we're all doing the same thing, just differently. So that was what I wanted to share. And yeah, thank you for letting me say that. And if you have other questions, please ask me.
Evelyn, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. And it was an amazing flowing kata. I have to practice it more. We have a few questions about 18 and 19 specifically, if it's a yokomuchi all the way around, or how you position your hands to complete both 18 and 19, if you could go into those a little more.
Right, I unfortunately cannot demonstrate it very well in my room without scraping everything on the walls. So the idea is that when you are in Okinogaeshi this way, you're gonna drop your left hand and do a sweep as big as possible around you. And if you're outside, you can make it big. It makes a big swish or swoosh. And then, so from here, you're gonna swipe all around and you catch it again. In the meantime, you moved. So let me show you this way. So you moved all around, you catch it. So you started, you were in Okinogaeshi. So you had about 1/3 of the jaw in between your hands. You make it turn around, you turn yourself, and then when you catch it, you also have about 1/3 of the jaw in between your hands. And your right hand would be still at the back of the jaw. I was not doing that because I was like shortening the jaw to turn in my bedroom, but that's the idea. And so when you catch it here, you just slide and do skip to behind you, and you end up with your left hand at the back end of the jaw, and about 1/3 of the jaw between your hands again. If you're familiar with like kumijo and jaw practice, just do what you're used to do when you do tsuki, shomen, yokumen, and such. Don't know if that helps.
Great, thank you so much. And a mini question quiz. Can you list all the directions in order so people can write them down or type them in the chat?
I can write that for you, because actually that's how I do it. I like write it down. So I think, yeah, I'll type it in the chat, or I can make an official thing and send you. Yeah.
So that can be shared in a little bit, but I'm also just reading a ton of appreciation for your class and your presence.
Thank you.
Really enjoyed the kata. I actually got to try it too, because people were very concentrated, not typing in the chat, and it felt great. Thank you. So
yeah, well, so if you're going to teach that to your students, here's a teaching tip. So if people are not getting it, just start coughing a little bit. Now, there was some dumb humor. Yeah, we've done what we could to have fun with those corona-related katas. So yeah.
Great, thank you so much, Evelyn. If people have more questions specifically, they can throw them in the chat and I can bring them up. We have a few more minutes for questions before we'll break before the next class. But I'm just seeing appreciation and loving the name, Corona Joe 19.
Good.
Great. The next teacher is actually me. You won't need anything. If you are on a hard surface and your knees are a little finicky, you may want to put like a yoga mat down or a blanket or just something to protect your knees a little bit. That's what the whole class is about. So hopefully your knees will stay okay. And I do want you to treat your body well and make sure that you're not hurting yourself. So we'll break for the next class. If you have more questions.
I want to make sure I thank you, Sam, for all your work and introducing me and managing the questions. It was kind of challenging to do that in front of my camera. I'm really honored to have been invited to this event. I hope next year we do it in person somewhere. Yeah, thank you so much for being here and following this. And I don't know what else, but thank you so much.
I would just, I'm going to butt in because you actually have a few more minutes. If anybody has more questions, I think we have about 7 more minutes. Thank you so much for Corona 19 and that beautiful class, and for also starting Aikido tomorrow. That is just so fantastic. But if anybody has questions, let's check that out. Sam, I know you're getting ready for your class, I think.
Yeah. So one of the questions though was what you mentioned that your dojo had 3 Jo katas. People were just wondering what those were.
Oh, well, those Jo katas actually I learned them with my first sensei back in France. They are kind of derived version of the Iwama Jo katas. I don't know if you've heard of Jo 14, Jo 31, and we had another one which had 19 moves. And then the Bo-ikkyo and Bon-ikkyo are from Shingu. And if you Google like Linda Holiday Sensei Bo-ikkyo, she made a wonderful video of them. It's really brilliant. It's really beautiful, but she goes fast. So the way to learn it is to put YouTube on like very slow speed, and that worked for me. So yeah, there's plenty of things to learn if you wanna find.
And we'll definitely be making this recording available for people to revisit and go over the Corona Joe 19 a little more, because it was so wonderful. And YouTube is a great resource.
So it's a good antiviral. Like none of us who've been practicing them got sick, so you should just go ahead and do that every day. It's a good prevention.
Good for the immune system. That's awesome.